Hello everybody, this is Adam Ellis and I'm doing you guys another tutorial, this time just a short one again on structure and just a little technique I like to use on structure as I've just said. Okay, so this technique, I developed it maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's not exactly rocket science or anything, but what I do is I will use tracks that are by my favourite producers or tracks that are particularly successful, and I will roughly copy the structure. Now you're going to see me doing this in a minute. First of all, I'm going to tell you the advantages. First of all, you're not going to have any self-doubt anymore when it comes to your structure. You're not going to be like I was back when I was learning to produce, when it was like, oh fuck, is this breakdown too long? Is the drop too long? Is my intro too short? Blah 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 blah. Doing this little technique is very simple, but it takes away a lot of self-doubt. Now, by no means is this cheating or copying anyone, and if you do feel wrong doing it or whatever, for whatever reason, feel free to just change it slightly. But at the end of the day, it's a structure, you know, and it's no different to using a template or whatever. So yeah, that's what I would say on that. So another advantage of having a structure is that you know where to go next. For me, when I was learning to produce, oh God, I can't fucking speak. I never can. When I was learning to produce, I would always get stuck around bar 49, around this section. So I just never know where to go next because I didn't have a structure in front of me. So I was always like a bit scared, as silly as it seems, to carry on. So I'd always just get stuck in the first minute and a half of a track. Whereas again, using this structure completely eliminates that happening. And the third reason I like to use this little structure trick is because you have an ending in sight where you can see the end of your track, or as all the structure has been done. For me, it's just a psychological thing. It's like, all right, that's where it's going to finish, and it just helps me make music a lot faster and a lot more effectively, a lot more efficiently, etc. So, how do you do this Jedi mind trick? First of all, we're going to put in a track. You want to choose a track that is done well. There's no point in choosing a track that's just a completely random track. The whole point is to try and get a track which has been successful, you know, because obviously the structure's working. So the first thing you want to do is you want to zoom in and chop out any silence. Some tracks have them, some don't. For this, I'm using Napalm Poet, obviously quite a big track back in its day, back in 2013. And then once you chop the start off, all you need to do is put the kicks to a start, and then you need to find a BPM. Now, nowadays, everything is put through mixed in key, so it will tell me the BPM, but an easy way to find out if you're not sure is just loop bar 33 when the bass comes in, and just have a listen. So you can see that that's coming in bang on the bar. If, say, I didn't know the BPM, I'd be like, okay, it's coming in far too early, so you'll just keep turning it up until the bass comes in at bar 33. So there you go, dead simple. Next, we're going to get a kick region, 1 bar, and we're going to draw 4 kicks in it. You can just mute it like I've done. Doesn't matter where you draw them. Just pull them to the end. The reason I draw the kicks in now is because we don't want to have all these regions and with no kicks in them, because when the structure's done, we're going to have to come back and do it all again. It's going to be a pain in the arse. So 1 bar, and I'm going to loop it to bar 9. There you go, dead simple. And now I'm just going to loop this. I'm just going to copy and paste it all the way to the end of the track. The reason I do it to bar 9 is because I just work in bars of 9, and every single region in my track will be bar 9. So it's nice and neat, everything's consistent, and it just keeps, it just looks better. And I don't know, I think I've got OCD or something, but it's a better way of doing it. Okay, now what we're going to do is look every 8 and 16 bars and see where the kicks are removed. Now you don't need to be copying kick rolls or like doing it 100% perfect. This is just giving us a basic outline of a professional structure. It's very fast to do. You can just go to the end of each bar. So there I took away 4 kicks. Sorry, 2 kicks. But, you know, if you want to take 4, you can. You don't have to copy it bang on, as I said. awesome. So you can see I've not done it perfectly because we don't need to. Where the breakdown starts, put in a little marker, and I'll just put a separate channel, and there you go. It's just a little region. I'm going to put this every 8 bars until the kick comes back in. There you go, kick comes back in here. As you can see, the reason I've done that is because we've got a big breakdown, and you don't want to get lost. Yeah, you don't want to get lost and confused with where your structure is going. So having the markers there, very simple. There you go. That's it. The kick hits will always stay muted, and then you can go ahead and find your kick, and you've already got your notes in there. Now you can delete that. And like, look, some people might say, well, that's not very creative, is it? You're not being creative. Well, fuck you. You know, this is a good guide for people that struggle with structure, and it just really helps. It helped me a lot. Of course, I don't stick to it bit by bit. Sometimes I'll change it up. I might have a longer breakdown, or I might change bits. For instance, we might think, okay, actually, I'll change that. I won't mind a little breakdown there for a couple of bars. And it can come back in. And you know what? I don't want to break down that short, so what I'll do is I'll have a nice long break there. It comes back in, and there you go. Now, of course, I've done a little bit of editing to that, but it's still very similar structure. The breakdown's a little shorter, which you're not going to get any criticism for. If anything, it's the longer breakdowns that get criticism. But other than that, everything else is the same, you know? So that is a solid tip on how to get a professional sounding structure. As I say, 1, it removes self-doubt whether the structure is good. 2, you know where to go next. 3, you can see the ending of your track in sight, so it should give you something to work towards psychologically. And for me and all my clients that I teach around the world, this is an absolute solid technique. So I hope you enjoyed that little quick tip. Feel free to email me, tuition@AdamEllisDJ.com, for anything you would like to see in these little mini short tutorials. Just write YouTube tutorial request in the subject bar. I also do one-to-one tuition, so if you want information about that, hit me up. And also, I have got 5 places left on my Adam Ellis Trance Masterclass course, which is just a 1-day course which consists of 8 hours of learning. And this is going to be something I'm going to be taking live around Europe, hopefully, next year. And we're just doing some trial runs via Google Hangouts at a massive discounted rate, over 1/3 off. So there's 5 places left out of 10 currently. So if you're interested in that, drop me a line. Thanks so much, guys. Please remember to subscribe and share this with your friends. Thank you.